Your Porsche PDK is one of the most advanced transmissions ever built. It shifts faster than any human could and makes driving feel absolutely incredible every time you get behind the wheel. But there are 7 things that will destroy it, and most owners have no idea they are doing them every single day. So here's the deal with PDK. It stands for Porsche Doppelkupplungsgetriebe, which is German for Porsche Dual Clutch Transmission. Porsche brought this technology to their road cars in 2009 with the 997 generation 911, but the idea came from their racing program in the 1980s when they experimented with dual clutch systems for Le Mans prototypes. The tech eventually made it to the streets and changed everything about how we drive these cars. You will find PDK in basically every modern Porsche now, from the iconic 911 to the Macan, Cayman, Panamera, and even integrating with the electric systems in the Taycan. PDK works like 2 manual transmissions packed into one housing. One clutch handles the odd gears, so 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th, plus reverse. The other clutch takes care of the even gears, meaning 2nd, 4th, 6th, and 8th depending on your model. While you're cruising in 3rd gear, the transmission already has 4th gear ready to go on the other clutch. When you need to shift, it happens in under 100 milliseconds. That is faster than you can blink. This pre-selection is why PDK feels so immediate when you hit the gas or pull the paddle shifters. The clutches in PDK are wet, meaning they sit in transmission fluid that keeps them cool and lubricated. This is different from the dry clutch systems in some other German cars from BMW or Audi that overheat way easier, especially in hot states like Arizona or Texas where temperatures push past 100 degrees. Hydraulic actuators controlled by a mechatronic unit, which is basically a computer brain that combines electronics and hydraulics, handle all the shifting. Sensors everywhere monitor gear position, speed, temperature, and pressure, sending data to the ECU so everything runs smooth. A valve body directs hydraulic fluid to solenoids that control gear selection, and this fluid is a special synthetic blend designed to handle pressures and temperatures up to 300 degrees. In automatic mode, PDK learns how you drive. Push it hard and it shifts more aggressively. Cruise on the highway and it keeps things relaxed for better fuel economy. On models like the 992 911 Carrera, PDK helps you hit 60 miles per hour in under 4 seconds, while still getting somewhere between 18 and 25 miles per gallon combined. The paddle shifters let you take control when you want, but PDK is smart enough to protect you from yourself by refusing to downshift into a gear that would blow up your engine. Newer models with GPS can even predict shifts based on the road ahead, holding a lower gear when you approach a downhill in the Sierra Nevada mountains for better engine braking. For those of you with all-wheel drive Porsches like the 911 Carrera 4, PDK integrates with the PTM system, which is Porsche Traction Management, to distribute torque between the front and rear wheels. This makes it perfect for handling different weather conditions across the country, from snowy winters in the Northeast to rainy seasons in the Pacific Northwest. Now, let us get into the 7 things you should never do to your PDK, starting with the mistake that kills more transmissions than anything else. Number 7 on the list is neglecting your fluid changes. Porsche officially says you can go 120,000 miles or 12 years between fluid changes. Here is the problem with that. If you live somewhere hot like Arizona, Texas, or Florida, your fluid breaks down way faster than Porsche's schedule accounts for. Experts who work on these cars every day recommend changing your PDK fluid every 40,000 to 60,000 miles, or every 4 to 6 years, whichever comes first. Cold weather states like Alaska or Minnesota have their own challenges since thick, cold fluid needs proper warm-up time. PDK actually uses two different fluids, one for the gearbox and one for the clutches. Both get contaminated over time by tiny particles that wear off the clutches. When that fluid degrades, it loses its ability to lubricate and cool properly. Your clutches start slipping, shifts get jerky, and eventually something fails completely. Repairs for a damaged PDK can run you over $10,000 easy. You might notice a burning smell, delays when the transmission engages, or a scary message on your dashboard saying "Transmission Emergency Run." Getting regular fluid changes at a certified Porsche center or a trusted independent shop using the correct OEM spec fluid costs somewhere between $500 and $800. That is nothing compared to a full rebuild. If you take your Porsche to track days at places like Road America, cut those intervals down to every 30,000 miles. Always check your fluid levels during regular oil services, since low fluid from leaks is a big warning sign. Number 6 is using launch control all the time. Look, I get it. Launch control on a Porsche is addictive. Feeling that 911 rocket to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds makes you feel alive. The problem is, every time you use it, you are putting massive stress on your clutches and drivetrain. That sudden torque spike creates heat and wear that adds up fast. If you're launching hard on public roads with potholes, like you find in Chicago or anywhere in the Northeast, you are making things even worse. That shock travels through the whole system and amplifies the damage to internal components. Owners who abuse launch control regularly see problems showing up at just 50,000 miles, when these transmissions should easily last twice that or more. You might start feeling shuddering when you accelerate or hear grinding noises that were not there before. Performance starts dropping and you lose that crisp response PDK is famous for. Save the launches for track days at places like Laguna Seca or Road America. When you're just leaving a stoplight, ease into it. Your transmission will thank you. Number 5 is shifting to neutral at every red light. This one catches a lot of people who used to drive manual cars. With a traditional manual, putting it in neutral at stops made sense. With PDK, you are actually causing unnecessary wear every single time you do it. PDK is designed to stay in drive when you stop. The clutches disengage partially on their own to let you take off quickly when the light turns green. When you shift to neutral and then back to drive, you are forcing the hydraulic pump through extra cycles. This wears out the solenoids faster and adds contaminants to your fluid. In heavy stop-and-go traffic like you find on the 405 in Los Angeles, the freeways around Houston, or I-95 through the Northeast Corridor, doing this constantly can shorten your transmission life by 20 to 30%. Just keep it in drive and let the car do its thing. The auto start-stop feature on newer Porsches handles idling efficiently anyway. If you want to coast somewhere, use manual mode sparingly rather than constantly dropping to neutral. Number 4 is creeping through traffic without letting things cool down. Anyone who commutes in a big American city knows the pain of bumper-to-bumper traffic. In places like Seattle, Atlanta, the DC area, or Los Angeles during rush hour, you can spend hours barely moving. This is rough on your PDK. When you're crawling along at low speeds, your transmission generates heat but does not get enough airflow to cool down properly. The clutches and fluid get hot, and sensors can start failing from something called thermal creep, where components expand from all that heat. Mechatronic unit failures from overheating can cost you over $5,000 to fix. You might notice your shifts getting jerky when the car is hot, or warning lights popping up on the dash. Using sport mode in heavy traffic actually helps because it shifts more aggressively and reduces clutch slip. After sitting in bad traffic, let your car idle for a minute before shutting it off so the fluid can circulate and cool things down. If you commute in traffic every day, look into auxiliary coolers as an upgrade. Number 3 is ignoring warning signs and fault codes. Your Porsche is constantly monitoring the PDK, and it will tell you when something is wrong. Dismissing a PDK fault message on your dashboard or pretending those weird noises are not happening is asking for trouble. Here is something interesting from the data. About 99% of PDK failures start as electrical issues with sensors. These are way easier and cheaper to fix than mechanical problems. Catching these early is way cheaper than waiting until they cause real mechanical damage. A sensor replacement might run you between $1,000 and $2,000. Rebuilding a destroyed transmission costs way more. If your car goes into limp mode where it limits power and gear selection or refuses to engage gears properly, stop driving immediately and get it towed to a shop. Do not try to push through it. Grab an OBD2 scanner and check codes yourself. Or get regular inspections done by professionals. Porsche Club of America events are great places to have experienced owners and techs look at your car and spot issues before they become expensive. Number 2 is modifying your PDK without knowing what you're doing. The aftermarket tuning scene for Porsches is huge in America. Everyone wants more power. The issue is that increasing your engine output puts extra stress on your transmission that it was not designed to handle. Cranking up the torque with an aftermarket ECU tune overloads your clutches and confuses the software that controls everything. This voids your warranty and leads to slipping gears and overheating. If you want more power, work with Porsche-approved tuners or specialists like Roof or TechArt, who understand how to upgrade clutches and calibrate the software properly to handle the extra load. Just flashing a tune and sending it is a recipe for expensive problems. Number 1, the thing that destroys PDKs faster than almost anything else is skipping your motor mount and alignment checks. This sounds like basic stuff, but worn motor mounts introduce vibrations that damage internal PDK components over time. When your mounts wear out, the engine moves around more than it should. That extra movement stresses shafts and bearings inside your transmission. American roads are rough in a lot of places, and all those potholes and uneven surfaces make this worse. You might hear thudding sounds or feel vibrations you did not notice before. Have your mounts inspected every 20,000 miles and get an alignment done at least once a year. These simple checks prevent damage that would cost thousands to repair. Beyond avoiding these 7 mistakes, following a solid maintenance schedule keeps your PDK healthy. Every 20,000 miles, inspect your fluid levels and check for leaks. Every 40,000 miles or 4 years, change the PDK fluid and filter. If you have an all-wheel drive Porsche, service the differential fluids around 60,000 miles. Track days mean you should cut all these intervals in half. In hot states, add cooling system checks. And in cold states, make sure you give the transmission time to warm up before driving hard. When maintained properly, PDK transmissions regularly last over 150,000 miles. Forum members have reported examples hitting 200,000 miles. Failure rates stay under 1% when owners avoid the mistakes we talked about.